Because of all the arraignments. Well, I'm not gonna do that right now because I have enough of himself. He's gotta wait anyways. Let's see, Corey Ruth.
Yes.
Okay. Matter. Mr. Smith, can you hear me?
I can. Good afternoon, John.
Yes, Mike.
Well, on the record in the matter of LAFQ versus Corey Ruth, file number 22-00159 GC, council appearance.
For plaintiff LAFQ, Tim Smith, P48259. Good afternoon.
Thank you. And Mr. Ruth, you do not have an attorney, that's correct?
That is correct. He's in pro per, Your Honor.
Okay, today was the date that was set for a civil pretrial. Mr. Smith, I heard that you are going to be entering a conditional dismissal on this.
Correct, Your Honor. Mr. Ruth and I spoke this morning. We're going to submit a conditional dismissal with a payment plan subject to reinstatement. I went over the parameters of the agreement with him. We'll be mailing that out to him this afternoon. He understands that as soon as it's signed and returned and we get the judge's signature, the case will be conditionally dismissed. That's the current state.
Thank you. Mr. Ruth, that's accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any questions today, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set. We'll look forward to get a conditional dismissal from you, Mr. Smith.
You bet. Thanks, Your Honor. Thanks for your help, Corey. We'll talk soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Haynes. Juan Lopez. Okay, Mr. Lopez has not appeared here. We'll give him a little bit more time. See Marquez Robinson.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's a little
Can you hear
dark
me?
where you are. I can hear you, but I just see a shadow.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any light?
Yeah, can you
Oh,
see
there
me?
you go. I can see you. Does he have an attorney?
No.
Ms. Donnelly? Okay, sounds good. And then Pathos Manyakanama. It's gonna be Donnelly.
Yes.
Salazar and Mr. Guacchio are at a breakup.
And then Mr. Runyon.
Yes.
Okay, you're here for 1:30 for Shores Financial.
Right. That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, Angela Detzler is not here yet. Salazar. Was supposed to be here at 15, basement. Mr. Lyons did not appear. bench warrant, Mr. Owens. Bench warrant. Let's see. I don't see that one. She can't be ready for today's game. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means.
Well, in the voicemail, she said that she is waiting on some paperwork from them. I guess she hasn't received it.
Okay, Mr. Runyon.
Yes.
We received, or the clerk's office received an email that we placed in the file from Ms. Detzler yesterday morning, that she was waiting on some documents. She also received notice that another party changed the date of a court hearing to Monday. She didn't put a time though.
I don't have any information to that regard, Your Honor.
Yeah, it looks like she emailed the court yesterday morning at 4:15 in the morning. She said that she can't be ready for today's hearing. I'm not really sure what that means, but she does also indicate that she had a conflict from another court date.
You're the ones who changed it.
I think she might have gotten some things confused, because we sent a notice to her to appear for today's date. I think she's gotten confused about having to appear on March 21st, because she mentions that as well. Nonetheless, she's not here. And this was her motion, so I'm going to deny her motion.
Very good, Your Honor. If you could give me just 1 second, I want to make sure some notes didn't come in after I reviewed this. No, we haven't heard from her since March 15th. So I'd ask that the court deny the motion.
We are going to deny the motion. So you're all set.
Thank you.
Okay, and Mr. Haynes, no one's appeared. This was a show cause, right?
Yes, it was a show cause arising out of an asset discovery hearing that was set for February 24th at 2:00 in the afternoon. Mr. Lopez did not appear. You issued a show cause order on February 18th, setting today is the date for the hearing on the show cause, why a bench warrant shouldn't issue. He was served with the remote hearing instructions on March 8th, 2022, which all should be reflected in your file. So we would ask the court to authorize a bench warrant at this time.
I do see that it was served on the 9th of March from their peer for show cause today. So yes, bench warrant will issue.
And my understanding is that we go ahead and complete that, forward it to you for signature, and you take it from there, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
that it for me?
That's all for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Mr. St. Bucchio,
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
good afternoon. I thought I seen Sammy Salazar return.
Ms.
Yes, good
Salazar?
afternoon.
Okay, yes.
The record in the matter of Astera Credit Union versus
Okay.
Sammy Salazar, file number 21-02061 GCE. Council appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, Stephen Bequicchio on behalf of plaintiff Astera Credit Union.
Ms. Salazar is proceeding without counsel, that's correct.
That is correct, Your Honor.
This matter was previously adjourned. It's currently scheduled for a motion to set aside a default judgment. The parties have met privately. Have you come to an agreement on this?
Your Honor, yes, if I may, and Ms. Salazar, please chime in if I say anything incorrectly here. Ms. Salazar and I did meet. She had indicated she was having some, she did try to participate in the summary judgment hearing and had some technical issues. I have no doubt that she tried to be there, but for whatever reason could not plug in. And eventually was not able to. I've also explained to her that the gist of the entry of the judgment was not by default for failure to appear. It was for summary disposition. And I had indicated, I believe, obviously I don't have a crystal ball, Your Honor, but had she appeared, I believe the result would have been the same, as the law is clear. And our causes of action are clear and we're ripe for summary disposition, which Your Honor has granted us. So then we shifted towards just resolution of the debt. She indicated that she does want to resolve the debt and is going to propose a payment plan to me to forward on to my client to try to get an installment payment plan going towards resolving the debt. And that's when we left the private meeting room, Your Honor.
So are you looking for some additional time if that is the case?
Your Honor, I don't want to argue Ms. Salazar's motion for her. I would just ask that, again, if Your Honor is inclined to set it aside and renotice this up for our summary disposition hearing, I'm happy to do that. If Your Honor is inclined to continue to rule that summary disposition was proper here, there was no response filed, I will do that. Obviously, Ms. Salazar wants to proceed in the matter. She wants to proceed, so I don't want to talk for her. So I guess I would pose the question to Ms. Salazar in that regard.
Well, based on what you stated, I thought you all came to an agreement and she was proposing a settlement. So Ms. Salazar?
Yes, I'm going to send over an email with a proposal on an amount and to see if they'll accept the offer. If not, they're gonna come back and let me know what they accept or don't accept.
Okay. And as to your motion to set aside the judgment, are you withdrawing your motion at this time?
I'm not too sure exactly what you mean when you say withdraw my motion.
Well, are you no longer proceeding with the motion is what I mean. You filed the motion, it's up for hearing today. You wanted to set aside the default judgment, which as indicated by the plaintiff's attorney, I actually ruled on the actual motion. I granted summary disposition. You didn't appear, but I didn't just default you in this matter. You also did not provide any responsive motion to their motion for summary disposition for me to consider. But you filed a motion to set aside that judgment. And so I'm asking you, are you still looking to proceed with that motion, or did you want to withdraw or set that
Oh,
motion
yeah.
aside so that you can enter into a potential settlement agreement with the plaintiff?
I would like to set the motion aside just to get an agreement with the plaintiff.
Well, I'm concerned about your stating it in that form just to get it. Once we set it aside, it's going to be set aside, ma'am. I'm not going to reinstate your motion if you don't like the settlement offer.
Okay, well, I mean, like,
If you want to have it set aside so that you can have an opportunity to be present for a hearing on that motion. I don't know if you received a copy of their motion. You didn't appear, so I'm not sure. I don't know if you
Okay.
had a proper opportunity to respond. If that is something that you're arguing today, we can do that. And I can give you an opportunity to review their motion, file your response, and we'll set it for a hearing. But if you're not doing that, if you don't want to do that because you want to settle this matter, then we don't need to address that. So that's what I'm asking you. Do you want to
Okay.
settle the matter, or you
I
want to
would
move
like to-
forward?
I would like to settle the matter.
Okay. Okay, so since you're going to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset this matter. For a review date, because I want to make sure that you all are making meaningful movement on this matter and that we don't get lost in it, okay?
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor. The judgment will remain in place though, right?
The judgment will remain in place as she has withdrawn her motion.
Okay, and we will, once we get your proposal, Ms. Salazar, we'll go ahead and prepare it and send it to our client.
30 days.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your
I'm
Honor.
gonna give you a review. I'm gonna give you a review date now. It's gonna be about 30 days out to give enough time for the back and forth of the mail.
Thank you.
It'll be May 16th.
May 16th at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Do you have any questions, Ms. Salazar?
No, thank you.
No problem. You're all set.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Donnelly, I see you are back. Who are you meeting with?
I had Michael Thomas in the waiting room. He's at Ingham County Jail. I'm ready to proceed on a plea with him.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me, Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Michael Daniel Thomas, the file number 21-017870T. Council appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alma Lizama Perez, appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing. I will be practicing under the Michigan Court Rule 8.120 and under the supervision of Joseph Abboud.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joseph Abboud appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing, P 42307. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Donnelly.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Michael Thomas, who's appearing from Ingham County Jail.
It was a date that was set for a pre-trial on a driving while license is suspended. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, was there an offer extended on this?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is to amend driving while license suspended to allowing suspended person to operate.
Ms. Donnelly, your client wants to accept that offer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Thomas? Is that accurate? You want to accept that offer to plead guilty to an amended charge of allowing a suspended person to operate?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Thomas, you have the right to be represented by counsel, and you're represented by Mrs. Donnelly from the Office of the Public Defender. You have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of jury trial, you have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to cross-examine any witness that the city intends to bring. And then you also have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe will further your defense to the charge. If you want to plead guilty today, sir, you're gonna have to give up all of those rights. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody made any promises to you to get you to want to waive those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive those rights here today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you are guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to the amended charge of allowing a suspended driver or persons to operate, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Ms. Donnelly?
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, Mr. Thomas, on June 28th of 2021, were you operating a vehicle upon South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard at or near Goodrich Street in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, was your license suspended?
Yes.
All right, and did you at that time get pulled over by the Lansing Police Department?
Yes.
All right, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Any questions from the city?
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Did he pay the civil infraction?
He did, Your Honor.
Okay. How long has he been in custody?
He was rearrested on March 8th.
I'll give him credit for time served. He's all set. Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you. Have a nice, blessed day.
Same to you. Okay, Ms. Donnelly, there is Mr. Robinson here. Did you need to speak to him?
Yes, Your Honor.
I guess you can go get the guy from jail so I can do his sentencing.
Hello?
Mr. Robinson, you should have received a request to join the breakout room. Mr. Booth, what do we owe the pleasure of you joining us this afternoon?
Your Honor, I'm here to learn from Ms. Perez and how to handle one of your dockets, and this has been educational. I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, no problem. Welcome to Zoom court.
It's good to be back in court, although I'm sorry it's in a Zoom manner. This is a new picture of you. I haven't seen this picture before.
Oh, this is the same one that's on the wall down and next to the administration.
Really? Okay.
Yep, but you know, although the defendants are all appearing via Zoom, we're in here, so you can always stop by.
I was worried
they don't
about
have-
having, if it wasn't for Alma, I would have been up there in person, but she can handle the technology, so.
Oh, okay. So yeah, she's used to it. She knows when to mute, so we don't hear what they're saying.
Very good.
Hello?
Mr. Robinson, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Marquez Robinson, file number 21L26641112. Council appearances.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Lizama Perez, appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Marquise Robinson, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date set for a pretrial on a failure to display ID. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, at this time, the city has instructed me that they're not opposed to an adjournment. Mr. Robinson has a no proof ticket that's suspending his license that he needs to pay on, and then he needs to apply for to go to the Secretary of State and apply for his license. So we would be requesting 30-day adjournment.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Where's the no proof out of?
Mason, 55th.
So we can do May.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes, ma'am.
we've got a history of you forgetting your court dates in the past.
Yes, I know.
Are you gonna let me down this time?
No,
I can't see your face. How do I know I can trust you?
no, ma'am.
Okay. Mark, we're gonna reset it for May 16th at 9:30.
Okay.
Don't let me down, sir.
Okay, I won't.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Did you need to speak to Mr. Pathos Munyakanama?
I have spoken to Mr. Munya Kanama before. I don't, if he needs another breakout room with me, I'd be happy to talk to him.
No.
Mr. Munyakanama, you guys are ready to go?
Yes, Your
Yes.
Honor.
Are we having a hearing on this?
No.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Pathos Munyakanama, file number 20-002790D, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Pathos Munya Kanama, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Today's the date that's set for a hearing on a probation violation. Mr. Munyakanama, you were arraigned back on March 14th on a violation that alleged that you have violated the terms of your probation by consuming alcohol on February 9th, as evidenced by a positive result at Adam. So you were advised of your rights, and one of those rights is the right to have a contested hearing, which is scheduled for today. You request a court-appointed counsel. You're represented by Mrs. Donnelly from the Office of the Public Defender. My understanding is that you wish to waive your right to have that contested hearing today. Is that correct?
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay, is anybody threatening you at all to get you to waive that hearing?
No,
Anybody promising you anything to have you want to waive that hearing today?
no, ma'am.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. The request and summons for probation violation again alleges that you consumed alcohol while on probation on February 9th, 2022, as evidenced by a positive result per Adam, and that this was in violation of your probation. As to that charge, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Ms. Donnelly, on a factual basis.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. All right, Mr. Munyakinama, when you were put on probation, did your probation officer tell you that you were not to drink?
Yes.
All right. And did you test positive for alcohol on February 9th of this year?
Yeah, as the record says, yes.
All right. And why did you test positive for alcohol at that time?
I had some. I had drink last night on that day.
You had a drink the night before your urine screen.
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
What were you drinking, sir?
A beer?
Okay, you knew it was a beer when you drank it?
No. Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you knew that was in violation of your probation?
Yes, I do.
I'm satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The recommendation of probation is to continue the probationary term, but to increase the testing to 4 times per month for the next 90 days, and then reduce to 2 times per month. Did you want to address the court before sentencing, Ms. Donnelly?
Thank you, Your Honor. We don't have any objections to the recommendations. I believe that they're very fair, considering that this is his first violation. He has he has paid off his fines and costs and restitution. So a term of probation where he has to increase testing to compel him not to drink would be appropriate. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I only put you on a term of 6 months of probation originally, but you've only been on probation, I guess at the time of the allegation, for about a month. A little less than a month. Nonetheless, I am going to file or adopt the probation's recommendation. I'll continue your probation at this time. I will order your testing to be increased in the amount of 4 times per month for the next 90 days. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All of your other probation conditions will continue. Do you have any questions today?
Oh, so should I go to see my probation officer and talk to him about this?
That's correct. I think it's your probation officer's Mr. Ledesma.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you should do that.
Because
you can contact him. You don't need to see him in person.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I will continue to get tested by Adam.
You will continue to be tested at Adam. We're just increasing the amount of times you have to be tested. Okay.
All right.
Do you have any other questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sir, what's your name?
Brian David Brooks.
Oh, please. Who represents him on that? Do we know? Ms. Donnelly, are you representing Mr. Brooks?
Your Honor, I do represent him on the state matter. Our office is not representing him on his income tax case with the city.
Yeah, I assumed I should have been clear, but nonetheless, we're trying to see, we had to writ him all the way here. We're trying to avoid having to writ him again tomorrow, so we're trying to see if Ms. Lacy can log in. So did you need to speak to him at all?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, when Mr. Bigelow is set to go, I'll see if we can get him on the iPad to meet with you privately. As to Daniel Mays. he's not here.
Yeah, if you allow me, I was gonna call him because he has left me a message.
Okay, I'll allow you to call him back. I'll put him in the
Also.
file with Mr. Gaines for now. And then Demetrius Harris is not.
Your
appearing.
Honor, for Mr. Gaines, I have discovered that my office he has a felony case and my office has been trying to get a hold of him. So I'm not gonna, you don't have to wait for him to issue a bench warrant for him, Your Honor.
Okay,
I tried.
sounds good. I think you might have been in a private meeting room when I issued a bench warrant on Chiduma Takuzwa.
Yeah, she keeps getting declined. She applies, but she's way over income, so we don't represent her.
Okay, sounds good. Miss Lacy's here. He needs to speak to Miss Donnelly, so could we get him on the iPad? And then we can handle. I think that's all I have for the city, except I have one sentencing, but the city attorney's office is not usually here for the sentencing anyways. It's a deferred sentencing for his income tax. For Brian Brooks. Do we have him paid in full in the system? Does your office have any record of whether or not he paid? Mr. Brooks paid his income tax?
I did check the Michigan court website, and it did say that he still has a $740.63.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll issue a sentence and order restitution in that amount. So you don't need to stick around for that unless you want to.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good rest of the
Thank you.
afternoon.
Same to you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Ms. Donnelly, we've already put the iPad in the breakout room.
Oh, okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, you can be seated, sir. Okay, we have Mr. Brooks back in the courtroom. I don't have tomorrow's file, but I'll look. Thanks. Carly, are you there? I'll handle his income tax while we wait for her. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Brian David Brooks. This is file number 18-017230M. Can I have your name?
Brian David Brooks.
Thank you. You're proceeding without an attorney on this matter, correct?
Yep.
You were before the court back on February 11, 2019. You pled guilty to count 1 of failure to pay income tax. You were supposed to make payment under delayed sentencing. And then the city would have dismissed the count that you pled guilty to. Our records reflect that you did not make those payments. Is that correct? Okay. What amount did you say you saw in the system? $740.63. I'm trying to understand where this extra money is. Because I have that he owed $492.14. Okay, it was a penalty. Okay. So we'll enter a sentence in the amount of fines and costs and restitution. You owe a total of $740.63. Okay, sir? That includes a $50 state minimum cost, $75 crime victim rights fee. And we'll refer that to corrections, okay? Do you have any questions at this time? Okay. Off the record on that matter, Mrs. Donnelly is here. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brian Brooks. File number is 18-07212 SM. Council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacy appearing on behalf of the people. And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Brian Brooks, who appearing in person.
Thank you. Today was the date that was scheduled. Well, actually, the date's scheduled for tomorrow, but today's the day we're going to handle his pretrial for tomorrow because Mr. Brooks is in the custody of Clinton County and we did not want to have to writ him a second time 2 days in a row. How are we handling this matter?
Your Honor, at this time, there is an offer. I did have an offer previously from the state for him to plead to an amended count of larceny under 200. And at this time, Mr. Brooks would like to take that offer. Oh, with the rest, there was a restitution. I apologize.
It's $92.
$92. Thank you, Ms. Lacy. You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Brooks, you heard that offer?
Yep.
You want to take it? Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. You have the right to be represented by counsel today. You're represented by Mrs. Donnelly from the Office of the Public Defender. You have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of your jury trial, you have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have the prosecution prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used to prove your guilt. You have the right to cross-examine or question any of the witnesses that the prosecution intends to call. Then you have the right to call your own witness or present evidence that you think would prove your innocence in this matter. You understand that? If you want to accept the offer and plead guilty to an added count 2 of larceny under 200, you would have to waive your right to have trial and all those other rights that I just discussed with you as well. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody threatening you to get you to waive those rights? Is anybody promising you anything to get you to waive those rights? Are you pleading guilty because you believe you are guilty? Are you currently on probation or parole? Okay, you understand that a guilty plea could cause there to be a conviction that you may need to report to your employer?
Yeah.
And you still want to waive your rights knowing that, sir? Okay, as to the added count 2 of larceny under 200, how do you plead?
Guilty.
No factual basis
Thank you, Your Honor.
to the attorney.
All right, Mr. Brooks. On August 24th of 2018, did you steal from David Brunton a Amazon Fire Stick and 3 PlayStation 4 controllers?
Yes, I did.
All right, and that residence was located at 2332 South Pennsylvania Boulevard in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan, correct? All right, and did you sell those items for money or did you pawn them off at Dicker and Deal?
Yes.
All right. And do you dispute that you were paid $92 for those items? Or let's see here. Also, going back, sorry. Did you take the Fire Stick and the PlayStation 4 remotes and 2 games? Did you take those to Dicker and Deal?
Yes.
Okay, and how much did you get for those items? Do you remember?
Don't remember, but $92 sounds about right.
All right, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Any questions, Ms. Lacey? Oh, you're muted.
No, Your Honor, people are satisfied.
Thank you. The court is also satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. How long has he been in custody?
Your Honor, I believe that he was rearraigned on March 2nd. So does that sound about right, Mr. Brooks?
March 1st, I turned myself in.
Okay, March 1st, yeah.
Quite confident you likely had some time before then, but I could be wrong just due to the age of this case. It's like you failed to appear in 2019. Sentence of credit time served plus restitution in the amount of $92. Ms. Lacey, can you get us a restitution form?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Okay, we're off the record on that matter. I am still a little bit troubled about this income tax amount, so I'm gonna double check this. I think you were added, some costs were added in here more than once. I just want to make sure. The correct amount. The clerk's office already has you paying or owing $740.63. And that's just not consistent with what I'm seeing here. Thank you, Ms. Lacy. You're all set. I'm just gonna handle this city matter.
Your Honor, and while you're doing that, can I be put in a breakout room with Mr. Mays?
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, 475 plus 75. Overdue payment statement sent. Oh, that's why there's a late fee. I see that. 123.44. So, okay, that makes sense now. I didn't want you to be overcharged. So the amount that I previously stated was correct, and we'll refer that to collections, okay, sir? You're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Unmuted?
No, you're good.
Oh, good. We went into a breakout room, so now. No, she said it. I'm good.
Well, if you're gonna talk, then you might want to mute yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you need to place anything on the record, Ms. Donnelly?
I do have an offer from the city, but I know that they're not here. I was just gonna get a 30-day adjournment.
Okay, I'll get you a date. Judge stepped out, but
That's
I'm sure
fine.
that'll be fine. We can do May 16th at 10 a.m.
May 16th, 10 a.m. All right, Mr. Mays, did you hear that? You're muted.
Yes, I did. May 16th, 10 a.m.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
All right, you're good to go. Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Oh.
So I just stop video.
No,
I'll
you
leave.
leave.
I'll leave.
Oh, Addie, did Demetrius Harris show up?
No, he didn't.
Okay. All right. I think that's all I had. All right. See you guys tomorrow.
All right, have a good evening.
You too.